It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many milkers burning my dome like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel Salone. They showing me love in my city. Gang saying hippies. Women like think you know what I'm about. I'm not. The stereotypes, they do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with the squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Wings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to do well. Not worry about.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens. This will be taken short. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And some space here. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Tight guard. Tight check. Check. Lucky. Zip it. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Night, sweetheart. Bravo. Let it go.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson being chased out left. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James. A sack from his safety position.
Ready?
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the second straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D.
Brings up 3rd down and 16.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the gun, Jackson. Dancing to his left. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. From his goal line here, Watson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head, and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 50-yard line.
Set, hut, 70 ending, 54, 55, Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. No. Cross. Go. Motion. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Right there.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gained. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball in the air and you got no yards out of it, he would have had a stroke, okay? Because his opinion, that ball shouldn't be in the air unless something good was going to happen. Tuck it away, try and pick up something, or just slide and get down.
Nothing good happened there, that's for sure. On third down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. We're scoreless after one. Now Gordon on first down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Jaguars' 21.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Jackson. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check it back, check it back. We own it. Let him go.
Throwing again is Watson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Set 19. 59. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Earl Thomas in on the stop. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Throwing on second down. Watson forced out to his left.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Check. 59. Let's set a tone, fellas. 59. Shoot. He's coming. We got double up. Alert. Back. Tighten up. You go tight. In the forward. You got tight.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to air one out. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Heavy, what you got? Heavy? Give me some.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
He goes to use you.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Gets it to Gordon. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson. Here's their cut. Right around the 6. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. N'Keal Harry was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Motion, motion. Under 10, under 25. Rush in, 9.
Watson now. Throwing again. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. The final shot before the break. Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw is Watson. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Go. Go. 31. Go. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Alert. Here we go. Showing it. Check. 24 down, he's coming. Check out.
From the 36, Watson and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Matt Judon showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson dancing to his left. Open man is Michael Thomas. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. 59. Come on, boy. 59. Don't be scared of it.
Now it's Watson. And him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. From the 2 now, second and goal. Now Bell, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his second touchdown on the season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, total.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
Watson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And Thomas has it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the screen. Check 59. Echo. 59. Keep it up, defense. He's coming. Double up. 59. Double up. Slam. Safe.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
And of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Strong right. Go. Watch twist. Shift. Watch the shift. Check. Watch twist.
Jackson to throw again, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deeper. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
No.
From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They'll run it now out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll try and run with their fullback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
My set. 19. To the floor. Check 37. Alert. Switch. Check the backer. Kill. Check the floor. Fresno. At 59.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Buying time to his left.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
He'll live to fight another down, right?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
59. Check 55. Hey, switch gears. Check 6.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Tighten up. You go tight. You got armor. You got tight right there. Watch the safety creep. Go. Staying open. Check.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And tackled down after a gain of 3, leaves them with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. This is Bell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Watson. It's caught here by Adams. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Jacksonville, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2.
I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my